Are you confused about why everyone seems to talk about records? You don't want records. You just want to discover your family story. Every time you ask someone who has genealogy superpowers, all they talk about is records. Even the websites say, we have billions of records. What's the big deal about records? What are they, and why should you care about them? In this episode, we'll learn why records are important and how they can help you discover your family story. Greetings, normal humans! In this episode, we'll learn why records are important. Wait a second, not that type of record. Although depending on the record, those are important too. Okay, now we have the right kinds of records. Why are records important? The short answer is that records tell a story. Let's take you as an example. When you were born, a record was created for you that recorded part of your story, a birth certificate. It probably told the story of when and where you were born, what your parents named you, the names of your parents, where they lived, and maybe even their occupations, and maybe other things too. When you went to school, the school kept records of the classes you took and your grades. You probably even had a yearbook that recorded events that happened in school, which you participated in, and had some pictures of you. When you learned to drive, you got a driver's license, which recorded what you look like. Maybe you even got your name in the newspaper because you made the honor roll, or you were great at sports. When you graduated from school, you received a diploma. Then when you started working, lots of records were created about you. Bank records, social security number records, and tax records. You definitely have all kinds of records of your life all over the internet on social media like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and WhatsApp. These are all records. They tell a bit of the story of your life. If you took all of the information from all the places where little pieces of your life have been recorded and then put them all together, you'd get a pretty good picture of the story of your life and who you're related to. Your ancestors experienced the same thing. They left little pieces of their story behind in records that various organizations kept about their lives. The kinds of records that were recorded changed over time and were different in different states and in different countries. For example, the social media of the past was a newspaper, and a lot of communities had a local paper where the community could share what was happening in their lives. Sometimes the records of our ancestors' lives did not survive through the years. They may not have even been kept and preserved in the first place. Or maybe there was a fire, or a flood, or a natural disaster of some kind. Your family's story can be discovered by finding all the little pieces scattered in various records that survived and bringing them all together to reveal the story of their lives. That's why records are important. They contain little pieces of the story of your family. Find all those places where little pieces of your ancestors' lives still exist in records, and you'll get a pretty good idea of their story. It's as simple as that. One last thing. What about your story? Will the pieces of your life be preserved somewhere? What will your story look like for your descendants? What about that amazing dance performance your parents captured and put up on Facebook? Will it always be there? Or that picture of the home run you hit in T-ball that got posted up on Instagram? Or that gigantic fish you caught that keeps getting bigger with every telling? Story of how you met the love of your life. Will all the pieces of your life story be preserved somewhere? Or will your story be erased with time? Do you you need to deliberately save and pass down to your family the important stories of your life? Something to think about. Catch you next time.